Hello friends, I'm in Ikebukero today, but I started off in Asakusa and then I had to move to Ikoda before I came here to meet a food vlogger, and then I went to the Sunshine City Observatory and I saw the most amazing sights up there. Join me in this video, let's go. I've traveled across Tokyo this morning and I'm now at Flex Day Inn in Ikoda, and I am staying here for the next 4 nights. And so I'm just gonna go, now I've seen my room. Actually, let's go see my room. Okay, this is a pretty good sized room for what I paid for it. It's got the bed, microwave, heating system, internet, uploading a video here. That's the Teamlabs video that's going in, and a tiny little bathroom here, Go 3 right there, and a sink and a fridge and all the rest of it. It's actually pretty good. I'm in Flex Day Inn in Ikoda. I think it's Ikoda. Get confused, sometimes I call it Edoka. And now I'm just going to go and have a look at the balcony. You can see out here. Now I'm recording in 2.7K, 30 frames per second again. You see down here on the street, it's quite windy. So I'm going to be probably just sticking to indoors or sheltered places. Okay, let's go find coffee. Okay, now you've seen my room, and now we're going to go and find a coffee in a place called Brownies, because I'm going to go there and sit down. Apparently they've got really good cheesecake, and then I'm meeting a food vlogger in Tokyo in Ikebukero, which I went through this morning on the way here, which is not a place where I've been to before, but it's quite trendy these days. It's kind of like Akihabara, so it's kind of like an electronics town, but it tends to be more popular with women there rather than Akihabara, which is more popular with males. So I'm going to go to Ikebukero, and I'm going to go to a place called Sunshine City as well after I've done with the food vlogging thing, which I'll share a little with you, and I'll make sure that you get a link to that as well. All right, let's go find coffee. All right, this is Brownies, is really close, only 3 minutes walk away. Okay, so always the best thing is to figure out the direction. Let's go across the road first. Konnichiwa. Wow. It looks so nice.
Thank you. Eat in, take out.
No, eat here, please. Yes, please. Can I get hand drip hot? And can I have the cheesecake, please? Mm-hmm. Arigatou gozaimasu. All right, that was absolutely wonderful. Now, I'm always a little bit wary about recording in cafes like that because there was one other person who was eating there. I didn't really want to disturb them, but as I was kind of like, you know, that person left, and then the owner came out to speak to me, she was a lovely lady, had lived in Hawaii for 8 years, didn't really need to speak English there because a lot of people spoke Japanese, but then she moved to Miami and learned how to speak English there. And we just had a wide-ranging conversation about where she had come from, where I had come from. We even ended up talking about mask-wearing culture in Tokyo, what I thought about it, and I actually said I found it actually really, really reassuring. She thought maybe some foreigners were off-put by it, and I said, well, maybe, but not me. So yeah, really, really interesting. We were asking me like why she thought that was, that Tokyoites seem to be wearing their masks longer than people in Osaka and Kyoto, she was saying. And I said, well, maybe it's because it's the biggest city on earth and you have a lot of, not to say that Osaka and Kyoto aren't also crowded, but there may be something about that. And also that it was flu season right now as well. So yeah, really interesting conversation, but also the brownie was like, Actually, the cheesecake was really, really good, and it was a hand-drip coffee too. Not cheap, but it was great. Really, really good. So I highly recommend Brownie's Cafe if you end up in Ikoda. It's lovely, and the owners are just great. It was actually also reassuring that she told me that Ikebukero station is notoriously complicated, and even Tokyoites get lost in that, because I did find it, and I was texting my wife saying, this is the most complicated train journey I've taken in quite some time, because it was quite complicated trying to figure out where you were and where you needed to be, because some of it is well signposted, but some of it is kind of misleading. Like Google says it's the Ikebukero line, and then when you're in the station, there's no Ikebukero line, there's just something that's labeled SI. And then if you look more closely on the map, then what it says is Ikebukero has the station number, but it has SI on top of it. So yeah, I managed to kind of like correlate the two in the end, but yeah, it took a while. Oh, there's a deep shadow here. Not so sure how well the Go 3 is going to cope. Ah, that's better now that I'm out of there. Right, I need to find the train station, but before I do that, a little bit about Ikoda. It's a university area, so there's lots of students around here, lots of cafes, a lot of restaurants. And one of the things that you'll find about Japan neighborhoods, if you ever do come here, or maybe you already know this, is that there are so many neighborhood shops, restaurants, cafes that kind of, you know, serve the local community, and the eating out culture is just massive. You know, people are out all the time eating and patronizing these restaurants as well. You know, many places, many people have very small apartments and they can't really, you know, cook that well, or they're working late, and it's reasonably cheap to eat out as well here. So yeah, it's a really interesting thing, and Ikoda is a university kind of like area. So yeah, it's got a kind of like a sleepy feel, but also a kind of like slightly younger feel as well. It's an interesting little area which I've not been to before. Okay, I should probably put this away and stick the hat clip on and try and figure out how to get back to Ikebukero, because I'm meeting that food vlogger. I don't know if you heard, I posted it on my community page. Somebody reached out on Facebook with a request of people who would be willing to try Japanese food. So I said, yeah, sure. So we are going to Ikebukero to have ramen. So I'll film a little bit there, but it's his gig. So I will link the video to his video. And I think the format is going to be kind of like an interview for about 20 to 30 minutes whilst we're eating, which he'll cut and edit, and I'll figure out when he's going to be putting that up. And then after we're done with that, I'm going to go and hang around Ikebukero for a while, probably a place called Sunshine City. Now, Akihabara is Electric Town, and apparently that's where the guys go to hang out. Sunshine City in Ikebukero is much more where young women go and hang out. It's not why I'm going, but it is interesting to see the difference between the two. And they do have apparently animates there, which is like a big anime kind of like store, and there is Sunshine City. So we're going to have a wander around and explore around there this afternoon. All right, let's go. Well, I guess I found the train station then. Now, one of the reasons I record in 2.7K 30 frames per second on the Go 3 is that I don't have to export it through the Insta360 app. I can just drag and drop it straight onto my iPad Pro and the Files app. So that works incredibly well for me. And it just saves me so much time, and I find that the 2.7K is like a really nice resolution. It's kind of light but detailed enough as well. I know people give the Go 3 a hard time because of its resolution, but I think 2.7K is perfectly fine these days, you know, and even people have commented that they like it even on even on 4K screens, they think it's pretty good. Oh, that's not working. Oh, it might start working once I start going. Here we go. It's an auto, I think. Here we go. Okay, this looks like it's going to be the right exit. I think. We'll see. Who knows? This place is really confusing. Reasonably busy here today. For this time of the day. I also noticed that on Japanese subway stations and even on the Shinkansen stations when I was here last time, they play a lot of bird song on the station platforms. Not entirely sure what that's about. It's not the only Asian country which I've seen them do that as well. Let's just check to see if I can find any other exit signs. I'm looking for west. I can see Cebu South exit. Now, interestingly, the coffee shop lady said that there's two big department stores here in Ikebukero station, Cebu and Tobu. Now, I can't remember which one is which, but one of them means west and one of them means east. But the one that means west is to the east and the one that means east is to the west. And that makes it incredibly confusing, even for people from Tokyo. Ah, here we go, west exit. Let's just double check that this is the right place. So yeah, this is a really confusing, here we go, really confusing, here we go, what's it say, 1F, west exit, okay, and then it's 9-minute walk from there. So this is my IC card, which I've got preloaded with money, put that on there, tells me how much money it's taken, how much money I've got left. So you gotta keep an eye on that because it flashes up and then goes pretty quickly. Now there's department stores here which are incredible. I will probably try and pop into one before I head back tonight. Maybe you can have a look around with me. They are just like old school department stores which you just got everything you can imagine in them. Yeah, real old school, which I just don't think we have any of those left in New Zealand anymore. So yeah, it'll be worth having a look in that. Yeah, so this is kind of like a massive underground city as far as I can see in Ikebukero here. Okay, west exit is now this way for the Tokyo Metropolitan Theatre, which reminds me I need to figure out how to get to the council building to go up to, I think, floor 45 in order to kind of like check out the view outside. Okay, yep, there's a ton of people there. Ton of people here, people. Let's try and stay on the right side of things here. And you can see there's plenty of people masked around me as well. Okay, west exit still. I've still got mine on in here. I'll take it off probably when I get to street level. It's just, oh, that smell is delicious. What is that? It's not that. Oh, it's that. Mini croissants, loads and loads of mini croissants. Wow, they smell amazing. Hey, yeah, it's another thing that you'll see is like loads of people just like walking around with laptops open. Don't seem to see that in many other places that I know about. Oh, which one? West exit, North Central, I think that's the one I need to go to. But I've already tagged out. So I might get pinged. Let's have a look. Where am I? Google Maps. West exit Central. West exit South. This is West exit Central. Okay, let's see what my ticket's going to do. Because that looks like it's going to more platforms. Not really sure about that. Oh, this is now saying West Exit Central here, this way. West Exit South? Ah, here we go, West Exit Central, this way. Yeah, man, that's really confusing. Okay. Carry on walking down here for a bit longer. You could spend all day in this station if you're not careful. Well, you really could. I can't remember where I got stuck for quite a while back in 2009. I suspect it was Tokyo Main Station, which I have not been to for quite some time, a number of years. I think I managed to avoid it in my last visit, last August. I might just go there for old time's sake. I am going to have to go to Shinjuku possibly tomorrow, but definitely on Sunday if I don't do that. There's Tobu. So that's the other department store here. So the two that are around here. Okay, more station entries. This is where I came in from because I was on the JR Yamanote line, which is here, I think. West Exit Central, it says, is here. Okay. Yep. Well, I don't have a massive bag with me, although I'm going to have to do that. Reversing again. Right. Nope, don't want to go that way. That's a Marunouchi line. I'll carry on straight up here, I think. And then once I get to street level, I'll figure out what the heck I'm going to have to do next. This walking in Japan is a lot more chaotic than I remember it being. I remember it being pretty strict. That's not it. That's West Exit South. Where's West Exit Central? That's Tobu. Here we go. West Exit Central. Up here. Right, eventually got there. I'm glad I allowed a few more minutes for me to be able to do this trip. Because, yeah, it's pretty chaotic trying to find your way. And I'm glad it's not just me. Alright, we're at ground level again. Let me get my bearings. Ikebukero. I'm going to pop into big camera and we'll have a look in there. I'll probably get told off for filming, so yeah, I may or may not be able to get some footage in here. I've got like about half an hour to kill, maybe a bit longer, because this place is like really close to where I'm meeting the food vlogger for lunch. Okay, here's big camera. Let's have a quick look inside. Okay, so there's not a lot in here that someone like me, the tech packer, would be surprised about finding. I mean, there's a lot more kind of like accessories, definitely, than would be available where I live. But we can see like a few different sort of like cheaper end cameras as well. Like kind of like generic-y little things here. These look like they're big brand themselves. So yeah, they're the cheap sort of like end of the market, whereas we've got kind of like, you know, the Action 4 from DJI here, which I've never actually picked up. Yeah, it's I don't know about this circular camera thing. It's kind of, yeah, just not so sure about. I've never really been sure about that design. And look, there's the old DJI Action 2, which kind of got marooned as a design aesthetic. They kind of let that one go, and it's pretty cheap actually compared to the that, definitely. And what we got here? Oh, there's the Action 3. Okay, so yeah, there's not a ton here that I'd be surprised about. Got the pockets here. Yeah, here's the gimbals. You see, here's the Flow, which I love and use. It's the DJI as well. A lot of ring lights, photo albums for printing out and stuff. Bunch of camera accessories. All the Instax cameras you can. Whoa, these are massive. I guess they've got the printer built in there as well. Yeah, but they're pretty big. And then like a bunch of stationery and stuff as well. And Sony ZVs. Yeah, nothing particularly surprising or to write home about. It's just that they're all here. They're all here in one place. And here's all the watches that you could possibly want as well. I'm not going to go to any of the other floors at the moment. I'm going to push on. Okay, one of the most annoying things about going to places like big camera, well, it's quite windy and it's stuck into every second, is the constantly annoying repetitive jingle that you hear constantly the time that you're in there. It's quite off-putting to go in there because you're like, can I deal with that? So yeah, it's a good reason to be putting your AirPods in and putting something else on, or at least putting on noise cancelling, because boy, it's annoying. So one of the things I have noticed about being here in Japan and in Tokyo this time is that although, you know, it's one of the biggest cities in the world, the biggest city in the world, biggest urban area in the world with like 23 million people, there's also a kind of like underneath it all, there's a drumbeat that's actually quite peaceful. People take their time over food when you're in cafes and things. Sure, there's lots of people who take out on the hurry as well, but perhaps what I see more is people who are lingering at cafes. I talked a little bit about kind of like, you know, the local cafes and how they serve the local community, but also just taking a little bit more time over life and appreciating that. So that's one of the things that I really appreciate about being in Japan and in Tokyo on this occasion in the last few days. It's really noticeable as to the pace that people live their lives. It's not so hurry, even though that sounds kind of weird with all the, you know, with the metro system and the buses and everything that you can do and you have to do. It's actually quite a nice pace that I really appreciate, and I hope that if you do visit Japan, you take your time to connect with that as well. Yeah, that's just something I'm noticing again this time around. So I'm here with Shohei, who is a food vlogger based in Tokyo, who kindly invited me for lunch, so we'll have a little bit of a chat. Shohei will be leading that conversation, so be sure to come and check the link in the description and you'll see that chat with me and Shohei. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you. It's nice to meeting you. Yeah, I have just started. Yeah, I will do my best. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Great. All right, that food vlogging thing went really well. Shohei's a lovely young man. Wish him all the best with his food vlogging journey. He's just kind of starting out on YouTube. Go and give him a look, go and have a... he's done maybe 5 or 6 videos. A few of them have got like 10, 12k views already, so I think he's pretty popular. Yeah, so yeah, go and check him out. I am now going to head over to Sunshine City, which is like a massive shopping mall. Apparently, it's open until 8 p.m. I don't know how, but it's 3 p.m. already today. How did that happen? I've been up since about 6:15. I have done a lot, I guess, today, but yeah, just time flying by. So the other thing you'll find about Japan is you find this kind of like plinky plonk jazz come classical music. You can probably hear in the background here now. Everywhere, just everywhere. And most of the time I don't mind that. Most of the time, kind of like, you know, you watch it on a Ghibli studio movie and it's actually quite nice. But occasionally it gets a bit much. Plinky plonk, or at least it's not discordant plinky plonk music, which is really annoying. Oh, there's Animate. I want to go there. Now, this is, if you're a big fan of anime, you don't need to tell you what this is. But yeah, it's a massive place just full of anime. And I can't not go in. Alright, we're going to go and have a look. And it's pretty crowded. Oh yeah. So these are all the vending machine thingies here. They've got all the collectibles that you can get. There's a lot of people getting those. And here's all figurines. There's a drinks menu. There's all kinds of shirts and things that you can get as well. Yeah. And look at this. What's this? This must be a screening or something? Something that's out now. Coming out soon. I get the feeling somebody's coming out any second now. Yeah, maybe we'll come back. Let's go upstairs. Wow, fascinating. Pocket 3, going to get some cool shots of an anime character. And here is all the anime you could ever want. Oh my god. They weren't kidding. This is nuts. Oh my god. All the merch. All the merch. Wow. I don't think we've got any trouble with sales. Yeah? Sure doesn't look that way to me. Wow. Well, may as well carry on going up to the top now. There's some kind of exhibition space. Hi, I'm just looking. Yeah, thank you.
こちらチケットの
あー、ticket.
有料のエリアとなりますので。No free.
Hi.
No free.
Sorry?
No free.
Not free. Okay, yeah, sure.
こんにちは、展望ファーストエアパサー入り口右手ハーパーでございます。いってらっしゃいませ。
お待たせしました。こちらのチケットをゲートにスキャンして入場お願いします。
Wow. Well, this is unexpected. Totally forgot this was here. You can see behind me here, I'm on the Sunshine City Sky Observatory, which is really high. You can see the Tokyo tree just over there, which is where I was staying yesterday in Asakusa. And let's have a look around the building and you can see what else we can see. So it costs 700 yen to get up here. Which is like, I don't know, about $9 New Zealand, so it's probably going to be about $6 or $7 US. And it's worth it. Like, it's not open air like in Shibuya Sky, but it's a lot less crowded and you can get a decent view, although you are going to get reflections on the windows here, which you won't get in Shibuya Sky because that's pretty much open air, apart from some of the areas which are kind of like behind a glass barrier. But it's a pretty good view, and if you came here, I think it's open until like 9 o'clock at night. If you came here in the evening, particularly in winter time, you're gonna get a decent view, and it's pretty quiet apart from a wailing kid I can hear, but you know, you're gonna get that everywhere, eh? One of the things you need to know about Shibuya Sky is that often high winds will close it because it is open air and it is dangerous as far as they're concerned in terms of blowing objects off or you losing your balance and all kinds of different things. So often one of these kind of like indoor observatory areas is a good bet. But you don't have to pay. This one you do have to pay 700 yen for, but the Tokyo Municipal Building, I think it's floor 45, is free. I think it is a bit of a queue sometimes, maybe about 30 minutes that you need to negotiate when you get there. But it's a good bet if you're looking for a skyline and you don't want to pay for something like Tokyo Tower or the Skytree, which is just over here, or here at Sunshine City. There is a free option available, and it is actually really good. I'm going to try and get over there later next week. It's now 10 past 6. We're heading to, I guess, rush hour here in Ikebukero. I'm heading back to the station. That was epic. That was really epic. I'm glad I stayed up there at the observatory longer for the sun to go down. I wasn't going to, and then I thought, wait, I found this app. I remembered this app, and I wanted to use it again. You love the motion trails on there? It's the Moment app that I used to do that. And yeah, I cheated. I used my iPhone today as well as the Go 3. But you know, that's okay. Just wanted to show you something new. All right, I'm going to go get myself a Japanese curry, and then I am going to go and rest because I'm going for a park run tomorrow morning. If you don't know what a park run is, join me in that video and I'll explain it all there. It's like coming home.